Good, natural stance. You guys give it a shot. Go! Natural stance. So your hands are up. It makes it really hard for somebody to grab you or punch you right away, and you're aware. And we'll talk about portal safety here in a minute, where you guys move to portal safety. That is very good. Why don't you guys have a seat?
Sir. Yes, sir.
So when we talk about the ABCs of self-defense, the first and most important A for kids and adults is awareness, and how to avoid a fight, and how to predict violent behavior. So I wanted to talk about a few statistics that are a little bit scary to kind of help us focus on why we teach the kids verbal boundary defenses, and why we teach them to predict and avoid violent situations. Unfortunately, our schools are becoming more violent. The playgrounds are turning into a battleground in a lot of places. Kids are being grabbed. But there are techniques that have been used and are taught in martial arts schools, like using code words. So if somebody comes up and they say, "Hey, I'm a friend of your mom. She got hurt. She's in the hospital. I need to take you home." And Eamon says something like, "Well, okay, what's the code word?" And I don't know it. Where do you go? Where would you run? Who knows? What do we call that? When some, yeah, a portal of safety, an area of safety. What's a portal of safety? You can tell me. David.
A safe place.
Like?
Like a school or...
Who in the school? If you're alone in the school, you may not be as safe as
A place where there's lots of...
paid place, maybe where there's lots of people and you could get help. Sometimes if there's lots of people around, though, even yelling help, you know, they used to hear kids yell help and screaming all the time. What else could you say? What else could you say besides help?
Fire.
Fire, because everybody's like, what's on fire? Is my car on fire? Is the school on fire? Everybody comes out to look, and then you say something like, hey, this guy isn't my dad, or this guy isn't my mom. He's trying to grab me, right? What else?
You could say, help, somebody's trying to take me.
Exactly. So you got to be specific sometimes. And what they have found is that the more people that stand around an emergency, the fewer people will think that they're supposed to do something. They'll think somebody else is supposed to do that. And that's called diffusion of responsibility. So we teach you guys to take action to save yourself, right? We call that self-rescue. All right, that's really good. So here's some scary things that I want to talk about. There's a violent crime committed in this country every 22 seconds. One robbery every 80 seconds. One aggravated assault every 35 seconds. One forcible sexual assault every 6 minutes. Of all murder cases, 31% of them remain unsolved. 51% of all sexual assaults remain at large. Of aggravated assault cases, 41% remain unsolved. And in 71% of all robbery cases, the perpetrators remain at large. So why do I mention those statistics? To scare people and freak them out? Now, just to remind us that there's a lot of violent, scary people out there. Now, most of the people you run into are not violent and scary, right?
Right.
What is scary about them is that when we talk about the ABCs of self-defense, the A not only stands for awareness and avoidance, but it also reminds us of how animals act, right? And animals have self-defense techniques. Like, what's a snake do if you step on a snake? What's one thing it might do?
Kisses.
Right? What's another self-defense thing a snake might do?
Bite you.
It might bite you. So when we step back and say, back off, what are we doing? Are we biting or are we hissing? We're hissing. We're saying, hey, rattle. I'll bite you if you get closer, and then I'll run away or slither away if you're a snake, right? So that's important to have what we call a self-defense strategy. To know what is another self-defense thing that a snake can do. Maybe even before you get grabbed or get stepped on. They can run away. That's a self-defense strategy. This guy's acting weird and creepy. I'm out of here. I'm going to a portal of safety. I'm going to a security guard. I'm going to a police officer. I'm going to a teacher. It's too weird, right? When your instinct tells you something's weird, you listen to that, right? Okay? If you don't have a chance and somebody gets closer, then you can rattle and hiss. And then if they grab you, you might have to do what? You might have to, yeah. He's running out of room. Come here for a second. Let's say I grab you. You want to get away. A little girl was grabbed in Florida not too long ago, a couple months ago. If she could have just struggled enough, maybe stomped on the guy's foot. Show me a stomp. Ah, right? Maybe a quick punch to the nose. Bam! You know, nothing that's going to stop an adult permanently, but maybe enough to distract and create enough commotion. Maybe it'll help.
Alright guys, now I know that you guys have already done some jumping jacks, done some of this stuff to get physically warmed up. So I'm going to run through a little bit of that stuff really quick. Chin down to the chest, over to the left, over to the right.
Nice and slow, don't hurt your neck. Everybody take a big step back too. You're a little bit crowded. There you go. Look around you, make sure you got room.
Now I have a question. Why do we stretch? Shoulders back. We do this at the beginning of every class. Why? What do you got for me, Carrie?
Well, we stretch so we
Train horse.
So when
Arm circles forward.
we do an activity, we don't get hurt.
That's right. We got to heat up the muscles. We got to get ready. We're about to do something that's physically exerting. Arm circles back. We don't want to wake up like a bucket of cold water gets splashed on our muscles. We want to wake up slow, warm up, forward and back. All right, now I'm going to test your coordination a little bit. Arms out in front like a zombie. One forward and one back. This is tricky. And just as soon as you get it, what am I going to do? Switch directions. That's right, other way. Good. Bend your knees. Let me see some level 10 core stances. There you go. Good. Reach up. And stretch. All right. Left knee up. Move.
Yes, sir!
All right, guys. Now, we talked about basic self-defense, but you're only as good as your basics. You're only as good as your what?
Yeah.
Basics. You're only as good as your what? You're only as good as your what?
Basics.
Everybody say it. You're only as good as your
Basics!
right.
You're only good as your...
So we're going to do some basics right now. I want to see jab, cross, elbow. You guys ready?
Yes, sir!
About half of you ready. You guys ready?
Yes!
Every time I say move, I want to see jab, cross, elbow. Move! Don't have your eyes up here. Move! Move! Move!
There you go, get it.
Move! Move! Go! What word are we waiting for? Move. So I have a question. Talking about focus. Who can tell me what the definition of focus is?
Pay
Oh. Call on somebody.
attention and not acting like a squirrel.
Can you turn around and say that to the audience? I'm not sure they can hear you. Katie, what's the definition of focus?
Paying attention, not acting like a squirrel.
Good job, Katie. Let's move on. All right. So if I say move, I want you to do jab, cross, elbow. Now, go. Movies. Move. Good job, guys. Good focus. Move. Move. Switch.
Yes, sir!
Good. Switch your stance, guys. Run to the side. Good. Now I want to see a front kick with the lead leg. Now when we talk about basics, we talk about fast, form, accuracy, speed, and power. That's how we have to learn and practice everything. Because if you're really fast and really powerful, but you don't have the proper form and accuracy, you're not going to hit what you're aiming at, and you're not going to be effective. So when we talk about form, what part of the foot do we hit with in a front kick? Who can tell me? Amen.
Ball foot.
The ball of the foot. That's right. So every time I say kick, I want to see you do a front kick with the lead leg. Kick! Kick!
Great!
Yes, sir!
Listening position number 1, move.
Yes, sir!
Listening position number 2, move.
Yes, sir!
Listening position number 3, move.
Yes, sir!
Why the ball of the foot? So you don't break your class? Say it.
Toe!
All right, jump up. Right neutral bow. Move.
Yes, sir!
Sam, well, you got him again.
All right, guys. When I say kick, I want to see a front kick. When I say move, I want to see jab, cross, elbows. Now it's getting harder. Kick! Move! Kick!
Hit it.
Move!
Smoke it now. There we go.
Move!
There you go.
Jab, cross, elbow. Move! Kick! Move! Listening position number 2. Move!
Yes,
All right, guys. Good job. So you're only as good as your what?
sir! Basics!
Right, that's why we started with the basics. Now, I want to see a couple of self-defense techniques. So I'd like you guys to stand up, listening to position number 1, move.
Yes, sir!
Take one big step back.
Yes, sir!
Now I'd like you to sit down, listening to position number 3, move.
Yes, sir!
You 3 guys, come up to the front. All right, line up right here. Good, fingertip to fingertip. We have been practicing a self-defense technique called hidden elbows. Who can tell me what the attack is for hidden elbows?
A right close grab to the top of the shoulder.
Right, it's a left close grab at the top of the shoulder to your right. So right shoulder. So it's just like that. So somebody comes up behind you, turn around and face the audience, Stephen. Somebody comes up behind you and they're grabbing your shoulder like this. Maybe they're a bully, they're going to grab you and they're going to say, hey, come, give me your lunch money. You're not going to let them. So turn around and face me. Good. Now, when we practice this technique, it's got a lot of stuff in it. So I'm going to say each of the steps. I want you to do the steps when I say it. You guys ready?
Yes, sir!
Looking for level 10. Step. Check. Elbow. Grab. Hand to face. Then grab. Then elbow. Good job. Natural stance. Now when I say move, I want you to do the whole technique at medium speed. So no faster. then this. You guys ready?
Yes, sir!
Move. Nice job. Move.
Bend those knees, kids. Bend those knees.
All right,
Good
now,
stance.
when I say move, I want to see you do it as fast as you can, correctly. Are you ready?
Yes, sir!
Move.
Good. So when do you use this type of technique? Who can tell me?
When somebody grabs you that's not a friend that wants to hurt you.
Somebody that's trying to hurt you, right? In an emergency. When do we want to use our Kempo? Who can tell me? When?
Emergency.
Do we want to use it in an emergency? We'd rather not have to use it at all, right? But in an emergency, if you need to elbow to get away because somebody's trying to grab you and pull you into a car, that might be a good thing. If you need to come in and pinch their skin and make them say, ow, that might be a good thing to do, right? So these are really scary techniques to have to use, and that's why we're practicing them over and over. And you guys are doing really good. You're all yellow belt beginners, and you guys did a really good job on that technique. All right, thank you, Mr. Small. Keep
All right,
going.
guys. All right, now, real quick, so these guys can see what it is. Stephen, come to the front. Turn around and face the class. Now I'm going to grab you. I want you to execute this technique. You ready? Now I want you to use control. I don't want you to break my jaw and knock me out. You ready?
Yes,
So
sir.
you're going to use control. You're going to do this technique. Now ready? Now when I grab you, I want you to do this technique. You ready? Good job, Stephen. Let's give him a round of applause. Now we've also been practicing some wrist grab escapes. Somebody comes up, they grab your wrist, you gotta know how to escape. So we're gonna practice two different kinds. Now here's what I want you guys to do. I want you two guys to turn and face David. We're gonna do this as a technique one. So I want you to come up and give him a straight wrist grab, and you're gonna execute the straight wrist grab escape. You guys ready?
Yes, sir!
All right, David, you're first. Give him a straight wrist grab. So Stephen comes up, he grabs his wrist. Good job, David. Now I want to show everybody how this works. So grab my wrist, Stephen. Stephen's grab is so powerful that without the proper technique, I will not be able to get free. So what I have to do is come through the thumb gate. Now the thumb gate is where his fingers and thumb meet. So if I try to pull the other way, it's not going to happen. He's too much stronger than me. But if I turn my wrist and I pull it up to my shoulder, I'm going to pop right out. And that's what these guys are doing. Good job, David. All right, Stephen. Carrie, give him a straight wrist grab. Go for it. There you go, end of the line. Give her a straight wrist grab. Nice, end of the line. All right, now we learned another kind of wrist grab. What kind of wrist grab is next?
It's called the cross wrist
The
grab.
cross wrist grab, which is a different technique. So give him a cross wrist grab. Now he has to learn a completely different technique to pull this one off. Go for it, David. Nice.